Hello, Just Too Good here, and today we're taking a look at the first LEGO Star Wars Slave 1. Now this set is all the way back from 2000 with 165 pieces, one minifigure, and retailed for $20 when it was released. This is a sealed box, so I'm going to open it, devaluing it by hundreds. But of course, it's always fun opening up these old sets and reviewing them for you guys. But either way, let's open up the box. And looks like we just have some instructions, catalog, which is actually two catalogs. There's a smaller one right behind that bigger catalog, which is right here, and a bunch of separate pieces. Either way, here's the set all built up. Now let's take a look at that minifigure. The design for the Boba Fett figure is very basic, where the helmet shaping and everything isn't as intricate as the figure nowadays, but I like that. It's super nostalgic, with that bucket-like helmet and that roundness that's almost like a Lego space helmet. This design does actually have some pretty good printing at both sides, and that is connected to the jetpack piece. So if you take off the helmet, the jetpack comes off as well. And underneath is just an unprinted black Lego minifigure head. There's a nice torso print that is pretty nostalgic as well, but not too much other detail printed on this minifigure. There's also the Han Solo Carbonite, which this design does have printing on that one side, and the printing does have a nice shine to it. Now it is funny that the minifigure here has so much more detailing for the hair than the actual classic Han Solo figure. Back to the build of the set, this is a very basic LEGO Star Wars set, because of course this was from the first 2 years of LEGO Star Wars. They use a lot of those older sloped or roof bricks, which we get in browns as well as green. This design at the front does use a pretty interesting color, with two separate trans black windscreen pieces, this front canopy one, and then this middle section here. I was kind of surprised at how this has two parts that you can open, with the front canopy part and then this back part that's just connected to the rest of the vehicle. The interior does use a lot of these printed 1x2 tiles. They still use that today, but in the newer gray colorings. And since this is not upright, you actually have the seat up here. Boba Fett fits pretty snug, and we just close the windscreen. And the ship becomes swooshable, holding it upright towards the back end. For some extra details on the Slave 1, we do have the winglets at both sides. These move with every same action, just on how they are connected. And there's not too much detailing to each of them. There's also these turret designs at the bottom, which can be adjusted up and down. Boba Fett does have the option to sit down right here. You just got to push him a little bit backwards, and you're going to have the windscreen come down pretty snug. And that actually works pretty well. At the back, there's also a small bridge that opens. And you can even see there's another one of those printed 1x2 tiles up there. Well, that is the carbonite brick, which sometimes when you put it back, it's very hard to get that brick back out once you close that bridge part. Open it, and you see it's just kind of stuck there. But if you try really hard, you could get it out. Still quite annoying, but at least there's a place to hold the carbonite brick. But either way, that's it for the Slave 1. Let's take a look at the packaging and then the final verdict. While we already took a look at the box at the beginning, well, at the back there are some alternate builds where we do have another ship in that bottom right corner, but then two interesting playset builds for the two at the left. For the paper materials, the instructions are really cute on how they have little tiny screenshots from the movies that these are based off of. There's some 2000s Lego catalogs, and I think I already looked at these in other videos, so just looking at this quickly, I do like the Flash Speeder, which I did review rather recently. Also, the soccer buses, which I reviewed rather recently as well. And there's some more classic sets with some ninja sets, some Rock Raiders, which I believe I reviewed this one. I remember I had this astronaut keychain growing up. And, there's a part, oh, right here. What do we got? Oh, some Lego train stuff. And I really like this train station. So overall, the original Slave 1 is a nostalgic set to many, and for good reason. I think all the bricks come together pretty well in a better version than some of the other vehicles from this time for LEGO Star Wars. The design of all these sloped and roofed bricks coming together actually make for a smooth look overall. One thing I like about this version compared to more recent versions is that it was cheap. It was only 20 bucks. Now I do wish LEGO would do some of these more mid-sized versions of these expensive vehicles. I don't even know if mid-size would be the right term for it. But like, I know they did a Slave 1 in that Cloud City UCS set, and that was something you could have sold separately for 20 to 30 bucks. Something like that as a separate set instead of always having this big expensive version of the vehicle. I would like that, and I think that's what this set was kind of going for. Then again, keep in mind this wasn't mid-size for them or anything like that. All the LEGO Star Wars sets around that time were in this scale. They were just generally more small. But that's it for now. I'll see you guys later. Peace out.